if you look at humanity, replacing jobs is always a pain point, It's not that we don't have job, but the question is, our system does not work in a fashion where we can upgrade people who lose the job to the next job, So if I lose job in driving, what will I do next? So there will be job, but the question is my educational qualification and other things really in tune with what the next job is available, That's where I think the problem starts actually. Okay. So, but whether AI will replace everything within next 20 years, actually I don't know the answer, and from my experience, I don't see that happening. But there is a chance that few areas slowly starts getting reduced number of people and stuff, like especially driving is a bit risky area where now autonomous cars are becoming very advanced actually. So and might not work in every country, but at least will work in advanced countries. India, I don't see that coming in next 10 years.
10 years, okay.
Yeah.
My next question was that.
No.
How many years do you see?
No. But 10 years, foreign countries, it can come actually. Yeah. Especially there are companies for transporting goods, So where truck drivers and stuff are there. So there are already lot of work, and there are autonomous vehicles which runs also. Okay. Which takes goods from one station and drop it in another station, and pick something from that station and drop it back onto the. So there are techniques like there are companies like that. Auto is one company, Canadian company, which actually does autonomous for the trucking industry. But lot of people have jobs in trucking, So the question is, is replacing them the right thing?
Yeah.
I would believe that is where industry, government has to work together. Because see, there is a great scope for industry and government to work together,
So it's something like the coal jobs going away, but what can you really do about it?
See, it's very simple. A lot of people think that because we are stopping coal, all lost job. No, there are so many solar panels coming. So who will clean the solar panel? Who will build the solar panel? So that's what I said. Jobs are not. It's not the job loss. It is a job shift. There is a difference between a job loss and a shift. But the question is, when a job shifts, how is the government and other media really basically allowing others to adjust to that new job, See, that's where it becomes tough actually.
Okay. And final thing. So I know optimistic, pessimistic is a tough question, but still there's a future called, like we've seen movies and people base, whatever their understanding of the future based on a lot of stuff that they see. So do you see a possibility of a Terminator-like future or more like something, that's going to help humans, or at the end of the day, machines are going to rule over us?
Actually, I don't have an answer because I don't know, because predicting to the future is one of the toughest you can do. I don't see a Terminator type of a scenario, but I am sure that humanity is bound for some change in next 20 years, 20 to 40 years if you look in a long-term frame. So the question comes there is, are we only biological, or are we going to be a cyborg, where we are both biological plus, so that's already happening, that trend. So the question comes is how far it will go, but I don't see everything getting replaced and humans don't have any relevance and stuff actually. But some people have predicted that humans will have the same value what horse had it 100 years back. Right. So horse was very, very prevalent in agriculture. But what happened is, because of mechanization in agriculture, now horses are only seen for either in zoo or in basically in somebody's home as a pet or something, So some people think that is going to happen in next 100 years, but at least I don't think that. But nevertheless, we might have to deal with some unwanted consequences of technology. But I think that is through planning, it can always be dealt. So they are already talking about, basic income. So countries giving social basic income, So even if you don't have a job, you have a basic income to survive, So the people are talking about it, but no country has holistically implemented it.
And finally, do you see a time where robots or machines will have rights?
That can happen actually. So they might have, or at least they will have equal rights. See, they might not have to have a right beyond what we have, but they might be given an equal right actually, so that can happen actually. But I don't see them given more right than we are given, but if you look at the way inequality still exists, the equality between men and women, still women have not reached the stage of men.
Exactly.
So I am thinking machines also will take long time to reach that stage, So that will obviously happen, and then they will be given rights. So a car hits somebody, is it the fault of the car or is it the fault of the person needs to be? If it is not the fault of the car, nothing you can do actually, because there are situations where a car cannot make any decision beyond that actually, But a car going and intentionally hitting somebody might be something that comes for a review, So that is something which has to be curtailed. Just like a human, is punished for it. The car will have to be punished for, or the company who made the car will have to be punished for it. I think that will happen. Yeah, but I think it will start getting the equal opportunities and stuff. Yeah, because it's robotics and stuff are available now, coming up in service industries, as hotel receptionist.
Yes.
Japan and all, it's already there.
Already there.
So, but they do have their own rights, Yeah, you can't simply go and thrash them and.
So once humans probably start attaching some emotions to them, you think things will get complicated, and even we might start saying that yes, some machines need rights and so on.
Yeah, humans will adjust. Humans as a race, we always have adjusted. We stayed as a joint family long back, but we are now nuclear family. Next family will be that we might have a robot along with us, and then we start seeing that as part of our family. It's always like we had always pets. This will be another pet in our house. There are people who take care of their dog probably equally well how they take care of their kids. So that is not a problem. It's already happening actually. So I don't see any reason why robots don't get it, because they might get more affection also, because the problem is that for kids, they might be more willing to talk to a robot than to a parent itself, So there is a very high chance that type of a thing can happen, because you don't know, because a parent keeps a servant robot which is there to help the kid and monitor the kid and his well-beings, it will have attachment more to the robot than to the parent actually. As long as the interaction adds value, So that can happen, I think. They will have the rights actually, their own rights too.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, no.